Have you ever sat in a team meeting or on a call and just felt something's a bit off and I can't explain it? People are showing up across your team, but they're not really present. Conversations can feel tense, a bit fake and awkward. Work across your team is getting done, no problem, but people just don't seem like they're really thriving. Here is the truth: you can't fix a culture problem if you don't know what's really causing it. And most leaders, they skip diagnosis completely. I'm Sharon, the Culture Catalyst, and I help leaders build a thriving teams where culture is no longer a buzzword, it is your competitive edge. This video is a deep dive into step one of my culture change program, the Culture Shift Blueprint. We're going to talk about diagnosis because before you do anything, you need to be able to see it clearly. Let's get into it. So culture isn't just what's written on the walls, what's on your website, what's on your induction PowerPoint deck. It's their lived experience day to day. And like with any complex system, if something is broken, you need to diagnose it before you prescribe a solution. In the Culture Shift Blueprint, diagnosis means this: uncovering hidden behaviors, blockers, and beliefs. It's about asking not just what is happening, but why is it happening? And holding up a mirror, looking at team dynamic, leadership tone, and what are your comms rhythms. Without any of this, it is really just all guesswork, and your people can feel it. There's a real danger in ignoring the invisible blockers. The biggest cultural risks, in my experience, are not the loud ones. They're the subtle but silent symptoms. They're the ones that leaders often miss or dismiss. It could be the passive, I'm fine, at your one-to-one or check-in. It could be the unspoken rules about who gets to speak up in a meeting, or those all familiar burnout smiles that really signal deep disengagement. And here's the kicker: you will not see this in your staff survey. That data, well, it's shallow at best and sanitized at worst. What you need is a qualitative lens, not just a spreadsheet. So here's three signs that you could be flying blind in terms of your workplace culture. Your communications feel like you're shouting into a void. You're putting the messages out there, but they're just not landing. Or you're repeating your values, but no one lives them. The gap between what it says on the poster slogan and what people experience, well, that gap's getting wider and wider. And lastly, your turnover is rising. You're seeing the churn creep up. And when you conduct exit interviews, and let's face it, it's too late at that point, but they're offering zero insight. And the reason is because people have stopped telling the truth. If any of that sounds familiar, you are absolutely not alone. I speak to clients week in, week out with the same problem. It is fixable if you start diagnosing it properly. What does a proper culture diagnosis look like? In the Culture Shift Blueprint, we guide leaders through three really simple diagnostic steps. Number one, take a team temperature check. It's a quick pulse across your comms, your engagement, and your culture clarity. And we're not looking to get a score, we're looking to spot patterns. Secondly, I would suggest a narrative audit. Now, that's just a fancy way of tuning in to the stories that are being told, the communications that you're sharing. So look at the language people use when they're in meetings, what they're saying on Slack or Teams chat, how they phrase things in their email. Are people saying what they mean, or are they managing perceptions? The third thing would be to review your rituals. Look at what gets celebrated. Look at what gets repeated across your team. What are the things that they do over and over and over? What is being swept under the rug that you don't want anybody to find out about, or people don't want anybody to find out about? That is your real culture. You're not looking for data. You're looking for meaning. Here's some really straightforward action steps you can take right now. Ask your team, what do we care about? And what do we actually reward in this business? And listen to what they've got to say. It might be surprising. You could run a really super quick, anonymous 3-question survey asking everybody what's working well, what's working not so well. And this is the real killer question: What's one thing that we need to talk about that we never do? That will give you a rich vein of insight, much more revealing than any data sets from a pulse survey would. And the last thing, be an observer. When you're in meetings, just sit back and watch what happens and watch it closely. Who speaks first? Who interrupts? Who's talking over each other? Who stays quiet and silent and doesn't say anything at all? These are all tiny clues to the culture that's underneath your organization. And they are where your diagnosis begins. If you want to dive deeper into culture diagnosis, I have a free tool that will help you do a quick sense check on your culture and make sure that you are seeing what there is to be seen. It only takes 5 minutes to get kind of culture clarity on your business, and I've designed it specifically for busy leaders like you. Grab it via the link in the description. Start seeing what's really going on in your team. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Share this video with anybody you think will find it useful. Next up, I'm walking through step 2 of the Culture Shift Blueprint, where we look at how you align your culture with your business goals. This is where most strategies fall down, but where thriving cultures really win. Until then, see you next time. Keep looking out for what others are ignoring.